What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a topic that's the not so fun part of real estate. I know I talked to you guys a lot about how to finance, how to find these properties, get your money back out of them, but today we're going to go over and give you a little behind the scenes tour of a property that we bought with inherited tenants who they actually were great. They stayed for just over 4 years, but unfortunately, I don't know, their situation got bad and they actually just skipped town on us. So you're gonna get to see kind of what that looks like, and I'll be honest, it's not very fun. But the good news is I'm also going to tell you what to do if you get stuck in this situation, kind of exactly how I handle it in our business. So this is more for like the beginner landlord / property manager type. I do recommend that you don't manage your properties long term, but it is a really good thing to do when you're just getting started, because you learn a lot about the business, and then once you do pay someone to do that, you'll know the value of what you're paying them for, because you get to see how not fun it is to deal with all the things that come along with running a business like this. So the end goal obviously is to get all the way out to where your time is better spent on higher dollar per hour activities and you're paying a property manager to take care of all of this for you. But when you're just getting started, it's hard to find like that right scale. And if you're truly just being a property manager the way I've described it, and you have a good system in place, for us, we use Tenant Cloud. You can automate all of your processes, all the way from screening or putting a new listing out, all the way to screening and placing a tenant. Through managing maintenance requests, they have all the accounting features on there. Let me know. Drop a comment if you want to see a video about how we manage properties inside of Tenant Cloud. I'd be happy to do that. That's actually something I haven't thought about, but. You can build out a very automated business with that, and that's kind of what we do, currently managing right at around 10 units. We do have a property manager for some of our more, I'll call them more needy properties in a more needy areas, but for, these, I'll call them B and C plus class properties with very decent tenants. I mean, I spend very little time on a weekly basis managing properties, except for when things like this pop up. But still, it's just a matter, as you'll see, I'll talk to you about how we do this, kind of go through, make a list, come up with what we need to do, make some phone calls, get people scheduled. And the big thing is coming up with next steps. What's our next step? What's our next step? Because the last thing you want to do, you do need to have a sense of urgency anytime you have a vacancy. That's the one Achilles heel of real estate. If someone's not in there paying you rent every month, it really doesn't do you a whole lot of good to own real estate. So you have to keep a sense of urgency, but you can't stress yourself out. I see a lot of people when they get stuck like this, they just get very overwhelmed. It takes over their life. So you gotta have to balance it out and just know that you have a next step. All right. So today we're going through here. I'm taking some pictures just so I can send to all my different repair people. We're gonna put new flooring in here. As you'll see, the flooring is pretty busted up. We're gonna get it painted. Obviously, you'll see we got to get a lot of stuff out of there. So in order to get quotes and kind of get the process going, I have to stop by and get some pictures. I also live right around the corner from this building, so we'll likely manage this one for longer than we should. But yeah, so just kind of take it step by step. Don't let it linger, but also just, keep making sure that you have, who's coming next, kind of what's next. Keep a timeline in place. I always like to put a target date out there, whether in this situation, we're shooting for 6 weeks so that we can get it rented by 12/1. It's middle of October right now. So, just so we have that target date, we might not hit that. But if we don't have any kind of line in the sand, it's hard to really drive home to that point. So we're getting ready to pull up here now. So we'll take you guys in, show you the mess, and then again, provide a little bit more detail around the process we have for getting things squared away. We'll show you some after pictures as well, so you can see what this has looked like, and we'll talk about all the numbers. We're going to be renting this out for much more than we previously were, because this was an inherited tenant, and we kind of let the unit as is. We got lots of work to do, just kind of get it up to our standard, but we kind of do that when we do inherit tenants, kind of let them, as long as things are safe, clean, and they don't have any complaints, we kind of leave it as is. We don't go do a lot of updating on the front end unless it is a true burr where we really have to force that value up. But it just gets messy when you have to take over a property, remove tenants to do remodeling and stuff like that. So we try not to when able. But yeah, let's go in and check it out and show you what we got going on. All right, guys, so we're gonna walk you through, show you what we're looking at here. As you can see, pretty much just up and left, just how everything was here. Not supposed to be smoking, so that's awesome. All kind of junk here. Show you quickly around here. This is where you'll see the floor super beat up, everything like that. You know, we still got all kind of stuff up here. This is not terrible actually, but this floor, we'll be replacing all the flooring in here just to make it nice and clean. This is the part we're most upset about. Come down here. My guy's got all kinds of recycled beer can bags just sitting everywhere. Just a mess. We got ladders. We got all kind of garbage back here. You can see upstairs, a little more of the same. There's shit everywhere. We're doing a lot in here. Hooking this up. So yeah, here's the gist of it. So, I'll bring you guys back, show you when we get the after ready, but yeah. All right, guys, so it did have some sound issues on my after video, but wanted to walk you guys back through and show you kind of what the final product was. As you can see here, we did end up replacing all the floors, put LVP throughout the main area and carpet in all of the kind of main areas and bedrooms. So also painted the whole house and did decide to go ahead and replace all of the electrical components. So all new lights, all new outlets, switches, plugs, etc. Just kind of bring it back up to standards and just make it nice and clean with all that smoke damage in there. So as you can see, we did start to let the new tenants move in. This is some of their stuff that they've brought in. So we did hit our 12/1 date. We actually got it rented out a little bit before that and go ahead and let the new tenants start to get settled in. So they'll be moving in later this week, but just wanted to share the final product with you guys and let you know kind of everything that was involved. And again, just to reiterate the process, you know, not to get overwhelmed when you are left with a pretty big mess, but just kind of take it step by step, carving out all the things that need to happen, making a checklist, and then just starting to put dates around that, you know, calling out to contractors and just, you know, seeing when they can be there, give them your deadline, say, is this feasible? If not, no worries, but you need to find somebody else that can accommodate that, or you have to adjust your schedule accordingly there. So we were getting $650 a month for this unit, and the guy did some yard work and some other landscaping things, but we went ahead and took that on and now bumped the rent closer to market rent, and we'll now be renting this out for $1,000 a month and just taking that on. So overall, you know, a positive situation. We are getting our kind of macro cash flow increase with, you know, that should make up for a lot of the renovations that we put into this side. But again, we like to just have better quality properties. And this is just a situation where we had a delay being able to fix that up because we had inherited tenants. So just want to let you guys know, when you're left with a bad situation, you know, there are ways around it. Just take it step by step, do what you can, and try to, you know, have some sense of urgency along the way. But it's not a situation where you need to get overwhelmed or kind of take any drastic measures or be done with rental property investing in general. So I hope that's what guys was. So I hope this was helpful for you guys just to see, you know, what the bad side is. You know, you always see the positive guys, the Instagram throwing money around and, you know, talking about how great it is. So this is the other side, and you have to be aware of this side as well, because if not, it will bite you. And this does kind of just show the importance of having those reserves in place so that when something does come up, you're not stressed about the money side. You just need to handle the logistical piece of getting folks in there and getting things fixed. So with that, guys, we'll go ahead and wrap. I'm Tyler Wehrung, and we'll catch you next time.